XRP Army, what's going on? Welcome back here to the channel. It is Thursday, September 5th, and it is time to break down XRP and what's going on right now. You know, a lot of the chatter right now, a lot of the big questions surrounding the SEC versus Ripple, and in particular, the appeal, or if we actually get an appeal, what does it mean? A lot of people nervous about if an appeal comes, what this could mean for Ripple. There's an interesting article out there we're going to highlight talking about this a little bit. It's titled, Here's Why XRP Holders Shouldn't Freak Out About the SEC Appeal. We're going to get into that. The overall market pretty flat here today. We are slightly down below that $2 trillion market cap number. XRP up slightly here, not even 1%, but it is slightly in the green at the time of this recording here at 55 cents. We could see here on the chart, not much has changed. Trending sideways right now, just kind of with the rest of the market, waiting for something to pop off, right? You guys know the drill. And across the board, the RSI for XRP, very, very favorable, meaning buyers and sellers have definitely met at a price point here at 55 cents. I think it's an interesting opportunity to DCA and accumulate here. Could we go a little bit lower short term? Yes. There's a possibility we could dip down below 50 cents again. I don't think it'll be very much of a concern if we do. I think it'd be short-lived, and I think it'd be even a better opportunity to either make a short-term swing trade. Of course, you could do that using Margex. I've opened up a couple margin positions on XRP, or if you're just looking to accumulate long-term, right? No matter what, Margex is your number one spot for leverage trading. Links down below if you guys are interested in that. But I want to get into the bigger question here. Move away from the price a little bit, because you guys know how I feel about this. The price isn't going to move exponentially here one way or another until we get market-wide acceptance, until we get more clarity in the overall markets, stock market included, right? But with XRP, one of the big things we're looking at for next month is this potential appeal. And by the way, guys, if you guys have not hit the like button and subscribe, definitely do so. This is where you get the best XRP news. I bring it to you every single day right here on the channel. We don't miss out on anything. We're always covering what's hot and what's going on. So drop your X's in the chat so it can fire this video up and let people see it. But attorney Fred Rispoli has tried to soothe concerns about the SEC's potential appeal in the Ripple case. A lot of uncertainty around this, okay? Now, if they do decide to appeal, there will not be a ruling in the case until at least 2026. Let me say that again. According to the legal expert here, if the regulatory agency does decide to appeal the case, there will not be a ruling in the case until at least 2026. Obviously, this would be frustrating, but it wouldn't mean the end of the road. He noted that the SEC suing exchanges and alleging that several tokens are unregistered securities has dramatically lessened the sting. If Ripple and or XRP don't make it now, it's not because of the SEC's case. Rispoli has also stated that the recent trial court ruling, which is considered to be favorable for Ripple, provides plenty of cover for the company's institutional partners to use the XRP token. Of course, we're talking about big institutions, big banks, but the ruling will not be altered at least until 2026. Rispoli went on to say, and he's predicted that some federal legislation is likely to supersede the SEC lawsuit. As reported by You Today, Ripple recently requested the monetary portion of the court's final judgment targeting the SEC's potential appeal in this 4-year-long lawsuit. Jeremy Hogan, we've heard a lot about him. We've covered him significantly throughout the last few years. Of course, he believes that the SEC is yet to make a decision about whether or not it should appeal the ruling. They have, from what I can tell and from what I heard and everything I'm reading, they have until about October 7th to come up with, their decision, the SEC that is, if they do want to appeal this case or not, or, make Ripple pay the $125 million fine and be done with it. If such a decision is already made, there's no reason to delay the filing, Hogan said. Last month, Hogan stated there was a 60% chance of the SEC appealing the Torres ruling, since no one seems to be following it yet. And an appeal could also, of course, backfire as well, but I still think a 60% chance because the SEC doesn't operate like a normal litigant. Said this back in August of this year, last month. But I want to bring you back up here because this is what I think the biggest point of this article is. Rispoli also stated the recent trial court ruling, which is considered to be favorable to Ripple, provides plenty of cover for the company's institutional partners to use the XRP token. The ruling will not be altered at least until 2026. However, he predicted, if this happens, that some federal legislation could supersede the SEC lawsuit, right? So if the SEC does appeal, there could be more federal legislation that could supersede the SEC lawsuit. Here's to hoping, if the SEC does appeal, that some bigger decision comes down on crypto in general. Right now, we have clarity around Bitcoin and Ethereum with their ETFs. We've got some clarity toward XRP that it's not a security on the retail side. We're still waiting for that full clarity. But outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, XRP has more clarity than everything else, right? Now, you would think a lot of the other proof-of-work cryptos are kind of similar in Bitcoin's vein here, but nobody's talking about it. Nobody's giving us insight into really what the decision is going to be regarding everything else, regarding, ERC20 cryptos, other layer 1 blockchains, whether they're proof of work or proof of stake. We're still kind of waiting there and holding out hope that we get more clarity on this sooner rather than later. This is the weekly chart for XRP, still trading in a very, very tight window, tight range. Upper side here about 73 cents, lower side right around 50 cents is kind of where we've been hovering for the past year and a half, really. It's been that much of consolidation across the board. Again, this is the weekly chart here. When we look at the technicals for XRP, strong sell on the moving averages. The only thing we're hanging on to right now is the SMA 100-day and the EMA 200-day, which both look pretty solid right now, but just slightly above those levels. It won't take much in order for us to flip these moving averages. You can see here, basically, if we captured 58 cents and stayed above it, these moving averages would all flip to a buy signal. So, we're right there on the cusp. It's not going to take too much, but we need an overall market boost. That's kind of what we're waiting for. There are a couple top movers today going against the grain here, but for the most part, market is pretty flat here today as Ripple continues to have a presence there at Blockchain Week in South Korea, and we'll be looking forward to the Ripple Swell event coming back to the United States in October alongside the appeal or whatever happens there on October 7th. But I don't think it's time to freak out about the SEC appeal. We're just going to have to watch this play out, see how the dynamics shift as we get closer to that deadline. We'll be keeping tabs on everything, guys. Make sure you stay locked in by subscribing to this channel. Ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any content. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.